Thor. That was the first thing that went through my mind when I after watching it, even like no 10 minutes in. When you just see the intro, and then about 10 minutes in, all I was thinking was Thor. This is what a Thor film should look like. This is what a Thor film should feel like. And funny thing is, Alexander Skarsgård was up for Thor. Instead, we have a bum ass piece of trash, plank of wood, Chris Hemsworth, turning it Thor into a complete joke. It's a good film. It's not perfect. It's not a masterpiece. It's not amazing, but this is a good film. And I preferred this to The Lighthouse. Lighthouse, and I think basically both films, I mean, this guy is a great director from a technical point of view. Story wise, characterization, and so forth, I'll get that. But in terms of just visualizing and visuals, scenery, oh, this guy, like, the visuals this guy comes up with are exceptional. Absolutely amazing. And I think he takes it to the next level here. Like, the film looks amazing. And I think the best thing about it is that, like, man, these white dudes, man, my white brothers get down, yo. Like, this film is raw. This film is raw. Like, this doesn't sort of like glorify, like, oh no, white people were so great and amazing. It just tells a story. There's no agenda behind it. It's not trying to like say something political. It's just that this is how Vikings used to live hundreds upon hundreds of years ago. So, and like guys are in the mud, they're walking through the mud. It's cannibalistic. It's primal. It feels so real. The film just feels so real in how it's depicted. Some of the basic story. I don't want to spoil too much about the film because I like it to be non-spoiler. Like, so you have a dude who, and I think you probably see this. Like, it's basically his father gets killed. He has to run away, and then he pretty much comes back to try to avenge the death of his father. And there's a lot of just crazy stuff that happens in between, a lot of magical stuff, spectral stuff, psychological stuff, psychedelic stuff that happens in between as he's trying to seek revenge as an older dude. After seeing his father killed when he was super young, man. And because it's a funny one because it's like, look, for me, just watching Skarsgård, I was like, bro, this guy would make such a good Thor. But then as I thought they make a good Thor, look at what they turned Thor into. Like, if a Thor movie made by this guy, starring Alexander Skarsgård, oh my god, ooh, would be incredible. Like a Thor film with this aesthetic and this tone, and you still have Anthony Hopkins as Odin and so forth. Ooh, wait, be freaking amazing, man. But it's Disney, it's MCU, so it's just trash. They don't treat what is great storytelling and great stories. They've turned amazing, great stories into a complete and utter joke. And so, and I think, the acting is good. Skarsgård is good. Anya Taylor-Joy is good. Willem Dafoe is good. All of the guys are good. Nicole Kidman, who I don't really rate, really, she was good in this as well. She was solid. So everything was really good here. But some issues I have, and it's not really major issues, is that because as I was watching it, I kept thinking about Gladiator because you see some similarity between this and Gladiator. You see, in Gladiator, the story just tells itself. It's a simple story, but just very effective, and the story just allows just to flow naturally. In here, there are a lot of like speeches being given, and there's some monologues and so forth, which seems very self-referential, and it just seems as if it's like it's trying to be like, hey, okay, we're really trying to force this issue and man say this, and I'm like, it breaks away what is already a compelling story with what is happening and the dynamics of this guy trying to gain revenge. So, and sometimes it tries too hard to be serious in some of the monologues that are given. Some of there's some weird spectral stuff in here that just seems as if like, okay, I don't know what is going on here, and I don't know why this was here or what this really meant. And I was like, so some. I mean, it looks cool, it looks great visually, but sometimes I just felt like, okay, what is going on? I just seem to be pulled out of the story. If you've played Skyrim, this is Skyrim. This literally is Skyrim. I swear to you, the music is like, this is Skyrim. Like, so if there's a Skyrim movie to be made, this is the guy. This is the only man on the planet who could make an actual Skyrim movie, because this is Skyrim. Another thing as well. Battle scenes. Yes, before I forgot. Looks good visually. Ridley Scott knows how to do battles, man. It's a skill. Because when you just look at how, I've forgotten the name of the film that I did last year with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Adam Driver. Like, you guys can tell me. Ridley Scott knows how to do battles, man. From Gladiator to Kingdom of Heaven to, again, I forgot the name of the film that he did last year, and so forth. The guy knows how to, because there's, when you're in the battle, there's some intensity. And I think this Robert Eggers, I just didn't feel that intensity in the battles here, so forth. But look, these are just really nitpicks. Apart from that, it's a good film. This is a really good film. I mean, I was really engaged. It is shot so well, guys. This guy is a really good director. I mean, the way he just puts scenes together, and the way he just shoots some scenes, because some scenes are in the dark, but just the way that he lights it, I'm like, wow, man, this just looks great. It just looks really good to look at, man. But I just keep saying that, man. Skarsgård, man. This guy's Thor. I just can't escape the fact that I know it's gonna happen because obviously Marvel owns for that, man. A Thor movie, really serious, really gritty, starring Alexander Skarsgård with Robert Eggers, and there's a realness to it, but with that kind of mystical elements and magic elements as well. And you throw in Loki. Oh, bro! I'm just thinking right now, like, especially if you can even have the same dude, I've forgotten what he's called, the dude who acts as Loki, but you make it serious as well, like this, with the magic as well. Oh my god, you could make a fantastic Thor, but it's what it is. But yeah, highly recommended. A good film, real good film. In few nitpicks, not perfect, not a masterpiece, but a real good film, man. Like, subscribe, one love.